Howdy Traders, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, and welcome to the 4th, well, just before the 4th of July, welcome to the 4th of July trading session this morning. It is a Friday morning, it's the day before the 4th, but it is what it is. Hopefully you guys are ready to rock and roll. You can see that I am ready to rock and roll. Alright, let's get serious right here. Alright, all the way back to trading. Let's get back into trading. Alright, is everyone ready to rock and roll this morning and check out the market, see what happened this week? Not a lot of action this week. We did have the non-farm payrolls that took place on Thursday due to the holiday today, the bank holiday. So we're going to go ahead and check out the numbers. We did have some good news. We did speak about the fact that good news in the jobs will create some rally in the stock market. Dollar index would fall, but we didn't quite see the dollar index fall, which is possibly indicating that maybe, just maybe, the numbers that came out, investors aren't buying into that. And so we saw a bit of rally yesterday in the stock market. So we'll go ahead and take a look at the dollar index, but also check out the trades that we're currently in the market in right now. So let's get serious and check out and see what's going on in the market. All right, firstly, number one, we do have the document open right here. And in this document, you can see that we do have a bunch of trading opportunities that were set up for this week. But, as we all know, a lot of these trades did not play out. Now, we did have the pound, though, the euro pound paid out this week. We're going to go ahead and calculate those details. And we also had the pound US dollar also pay out this week. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what's going on right here. Good morning, Abraham. Good morning, Jason. Jason in the house. And we got Denise. Denise says it is Preachy Friday. Welcome to Preachy Friday, everyone. Yes, it is Preachy Friday. And we are getting serious right now. Yes. So let's take a look and see what's going on right now. All right. So we've got a few things to go ahead and check out. First, you want to go ahead and start off at the top. Euro CAD was an unhit target for the week. Let's see how that played out this week. And go ahead and switch it over to this. So EuroCAD right here, let's take a look at the EuroCAD. EuroCAD did not create an opportunity for us to go ahead and trade. It tried to. Let me see here. 69. Nope, no trading opportunity on this one right here. So we eventually hit the target. So we hit a target. This would be cancelled. And this right here would be a no trade right here. All right, let's take a look at the Euro New Zealand dollar. And let's see here, Euro New Zealand dollar. Euro New Zealand dollar looks like we had a hit target this week, came back and actually went a little further. We'll talk a little bit more about the Euro dollar. The Euro New Zealand dollar, my bad. We'll talk more about the Euro New Zealand dollar. But this one was a hit target as well this week. So hit target and no trade right here. Now Euro Pound, we got in a Euro Pound at 91.25. There was only one entry point on the Euro Pound. And this one actually paid off. I believe it was about 129 pips or so. Let's see here. We got in at 125. So 91.25, which is about there. So yeah, this one was only about 64 pips. All right, 64 pip gain on this one. So 64 pip gain, it's actually 64.4, so let's go 65. 65 pip gain on this one right here, not a whole bunch. This one ended up closing out for the week. Let's go take a look at pound New Zealand dollar. Pound New Zealand dollar, let's see what this pair did this week. And here we are. And we can see price went up to its target. No trading opportunity down here. Nope. Nope, no trading opportunity right here. It tried to, but no opportunity. So we hit the target this week. And no trade on this one right here. Let's go to the pound US dollar. This one paid out. Pound US dollar right here. Price actually missed the 127 right here, but turned around and went up and hit the target this week. And we got in. What price did we get in on this one? Let's take a look at the price we got in at. Looks like the open of this candle right here. Yeah, it would be the close of this candle, which would be 22.64. 22.64, and that'll look like, let's go back to the stock. $22.64 is the entry price, so this was actually a buy, and it was active at the time. We're buying on this one right here. Let's go ahead and see the profit on that. Profit generated was 131. So this one was 131 right here. 131 pips on that trade. This one would have been closed out for the week. I actually got into both of these and actually closed out on both of these. Then we had the Aussie. The next one right here is the Aussie CAD. Right here, Aussie CAD. Go ahead and pull this one up quickly. Aussie CAD. Let's take a look here. Aussie CAD. All right, Aussie CAD looks like we had a hit target this week. No trading opportunity. Let's go ahead and change that up. And here it is here. Hold on, Aussie CAD, where we at? There we go, hit target. And no trade on this one. It was a low probability. We didn't think much of that one in any case. Then we had US dollar CAD right here. US dollar CAD. Let's go take a look at US dollar CAD. This one hit its target as well with no trading opportunity as well. Now, I must confess, I confess that I actually closed out a position a little early. It was actually a mistake this morning. Laying in the bed, I was watching the market, and on my phone, I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm going to close out this pair right here, and I ended up closing out the US dollar CAD from a previous week, so I'm going to go ahead and show you what went down there. So let's go to US dollar CAD right here. This is the trade that we're actually chasing after right here, this one right here, there. And this morning, I actually closed out all my positions right here. I was in multiple buy positions towards that target and actually closed out the position right here. Yes, shame on you, Gary. Let's go take a look and see what happened here. So I end up closing out right here. Let's take a look. The week. So these are the trades that closed out. Pound US dollar, and then of course euro pound. Those are the two that we spoke about that closed out with profit. And then I closed out the 3 positions in on the US dollar CAD right here, and that one ended up being there it is. We closed it out. I'll go ahead and calculate the pips and go ahead and add that in, but you know, it wasn't necessarily the right decision, but it did. I closed it out. Now quick question here. What is this pair doing? Euro US dollar CAD. Now we said we're going to go ahead and talk about the market setups based on the news this week, and let's take a look at the jobs, but also keep in mind that we're going to take a look at the dollar index and match up the data with the technicals, right? So if you go to the charts, right, or at least the data's reporting right here that we had average earnings. Average earnings came out at minus 1.2%, which is a concern because obviously it's important that people are employed at the rate that they should be employed at, and the average earning shows that it's not the case, which means people are taking on jobs that don't have that they're overqualified for. So that is not good for the economy because it means that qualified people aren't getting the jobs that they need. But then we come to the non-employment change, or at least the non-farm employment change, and that looks like 4.8 million jobs were created in the month of June. And if we look at the unemployment rate, that dropped back down to 11.1%. So we are in on an up right now where we're getting more jobs more jobs being hired, or people have been hired for more jobs. We're getting, of course, the unemployment rate starting to change and starting to bottom out, and we're starting to see an increase in jobs. So that is good. Less unemployment, more jobs, good combination. Average earnings will always be a concern, and we'll keep looking at those numbers. Now, the question here is, how did the market react to this? Now, normally, let's just go ahead and do a quick sum up of what we're anticipating right here. When we get good job numbers, it normally encourages a rally, or at least investors to buy into stocks, right? So we start seeing stock rallies. If you've seen stock rallies, we normally see money moving out of cash into, of course, risk appetite, and that means that our risk-off currency pairs like Swiss franc, JPY, and even the US dollar start seeing some downside moves in those currencies. All right, but it's not quite what we've been seeing over the last 24 hours since the news came out. Check out the dollar index, and let's go ahead and take a look at some currency pairs that are moving, that are showing a little different movement that they should be. Now, this is it. Let's go ahead and pop over here. So this is the dollar index right here. Let me go ahead and open that up. All right, here's the dollar index right here. Now, in yesterday's trading, take a look at the indecision that we got right here, right at the backside of this upward channel line right here. So we've got indecision right here. Today's not going to be a lot of movement out today, obviously because of the bank holiday here in the US. So it's going to be interesting to see how next week plays out. Next week, I'm anticipating if we're going to hold up at this level right here, we are going to see a stronger move in the dollar index, which means that even though the numbers came out, has investors really bought into that positive number? I don't think so. I really don't think so. So we'll see what happens next week, but it's going to be real interesting to see if we're going to see price action move on the dollar index to the upside. And then another thing that is everyone's concern right now is what's happening to U.S. oil. U.S. oil currently right now is sitting at a level of resistance. Just shy of that $42 a barrel that we broke through on the weekend. We had that big weekend gap right here, and you can see that price is not able to break back above that. I've already given my predictions on what I'm anticipating for price action to do on US oil. Downside move to around about $26 a barrel, and then go ahead and move up back through the $42 barrel resistance, and then move up to around about $66 as we start heading further up north. Okay, now that's all right. So let's take a look and see what's going on right here. If I go to the euro, and I said I was going to go to the euro New Zealand dollar. Where is it? Euro New Zealand dollar. There it is. There. Go to euro New Zealand dollar. A lot of traders are watching this pair right here, and I have had quite a bit of conversation around this, and I want to go back into some more conversation. If I take a look at the daily time frame right here, I see price is moving south. All right, we moved out of this range. We're even coming towards that support level right here, which is at around about 71.82. Price trading slightly above that. If we do take out that low, I want to remind everyone that we do have right here on the oscillator, we do have the oscillator still showing beautiful convergence. I love this. I love when the momentum indicator moves below the 100, and then we can see price moving back, well, the oscillator moving back up north. If price takes out this low at 71.82, comes down to this trend line, gives us a nice little harmonic pattern right here, it's going to be on. It's on like Donkey Kong. We're expecting market rally. All right, so anytime we take out the low right here, we're expecting a rally, especially if you're seeing the convergence level still pushing up north. So if we get momentum disagreeing with price, it's on. Price is going to go ahead and confirm the direction, and then we should see price, price is going to confirm the break, and then momentum is going to confirm the direction, and eventually price will follow the momentum, which means if we hit support, create a harmonic pattern, and then we see momentum start moving up, it might be time to start buying in. All right, so this is what's happening on the euro, New Zealand dollar. I'll be honest, there's a lot of false breaks that we saw to the upside that we thought was good to go ahead and start buying. Clearly, the market's looking for something else. Clearly, the market's looking for some changes. Let's go ahead and take a look at a couple of things right here. Abraham says here, I'm a little concerned about the Aussie US dollar short. Held onto this a few weeks ago. Not a huge position, but I spent a lot of time on the Aussie pairs, and they haven't really paid out so far. Yes, I must admit, major disappointment in the Aussies. I mean, come on, Aussies. If you're out there in Australia, you're going to have to make some changes right now because, yes, very disappointing. We expected some bearish movement in the Aussie crosses in the last couple of weeks, and we haven't seen that happening as much as we expect to see that. Let's go ahead and check out what's going on with Aussie US dollar. Now, Aussie US dollar right here is absolutely in a upward, well, let's put it this way. It's in a correction move, upward correction in a downward channel, right? It's in an upward correction in a downward channel. But the big thing here is, all right, depending what you, let me see what Abraham's looking. I'm certain that Abraham's looking to sell. Abraham, if you're selling on the Aussie, just let me know. Are you selling Aussie US dollar or are you buying? Because I would say that we'll be looking for a sell-off on Aussie US dollar. But this is the deal. I don't know if you remember, but I did mention that we have this pair that could possibly still see price moving back down to this level at 66.43. Right about here. We're expecting price to move here. Now, we're in a wave 1, 2, 3, expecting a deeper correction down to this level. If we don't get that and price moves up, it's going to go to 73.50. I said that in the AAA session last week. Well, actually, this week. It's going to go to 73.50. All right. Now, everything. I thought, to be honest with you, I thought the non-farm payroll will do something to this pair. All right. Something. Come on. I mean, 73.50 is the rally to the upside, or at least we expected rally to the upside. And then 66.50 would be the downside support level for it. It's done nothing. The non-farm payroll did nothing to this pair. Now, we are seeing a little stronger Aussie as we go through this sort of like change in the numbers, in the job numbers. We see a little stronger move in the commodity pairs, and that will be, of course, Aussie, CAD, and the New Zealand dollar. So, but all three of those are commodity pairs that we are seeing some stronger movement. That normally comes out when we start seeing stocks rally. Question here is, will it maintain itself, or are we going to see a change in momentum in the short term? My wife's just bringing me a bottle of water here. I have to. My coffee is dry, and so is my throat. Okay, so let's hold on. Man, a cup of coffee sounds so much better than a bottle of water, but it's definitely helping out here. Okay, so this is the deal. With the Aussie being where it's at, with us seeing the Aussie where it's at right now, what can we anticipate? What do you think is holding the Aussie moving right now? It is a rate decision. And then, of course, the statement is the most important right now that's going to happen on Tuesday next week. Brace yourself for Tuesday next week. With price moving as tight as it is on this particular pair, it just means stronger breakout. All right? So we're going to expect jobs. Let me throw that back again. And we're going to expect rate decision out on Tuesday. The rate will probably be unchanged, but it's what they say in the statement that's going to move the market in a direction. So check it out. You're going to have to hold on to this trade a little bit longer, Abraham, until next week, Tuesday, and then think about what we're going to do then. Do not react on emotions, all right? Let's go ahead and make sure that we allow the news come out. I'm glad to hear that you haven't got a big position on that. That's good, because that'll give us time to give the market room to breathe, do what it needs to do, and we'll make decisions based on where it's trading on a technical basis. Too many traders are making emotional decisions on what they're seeing right now, all right, in the now, okay? They're focusing on the now, and when we get some whippy-lashy type of market action, they get afraid of what could happen, and that normally is a response on what I could lose, and so they start reacting. All right, so let's make sure that we don't react based on emotional reactions. Okay, so that's the Aussie. Hang on to the Aussie, my friend. And he says, I am short. Listen, I like short, all right? I like short, but I'm going to go ahead and say this. Although I like short because I'm actually short Aussie as well. The reason why I like short on the Aussie is because if price does go up to 73.50, we can load some positions in, and by 73.50, as price then moves down to take out what the current low is at 68 and change, we would have loaded positions in, and we'll be making money to the downside. So I am not uncomfortable with the fact that we may see price move up to 73.50. In fact, I'm going to get excited. I'm going to break out the champagne. I'm going to get the fireworks going. It's going to be like 4th of July all over again when we get to 73.50. Because why? Because we can be adding on positions as it gets to that level and then selling a bigger portion of your positions to the downside with much better pricing in. All right, we'll get better pricing in, and we'll be looking for the downside move. And if it does break down south, think about it this way, right? We got 73.50. We're loading the position in. When it gets back to the low, which is there, I call it the major low, at 68.18, then we'll start making decisions to get the heck out of Dodge. All right? Because this is the deal. I do believe that the Aussie US dollar is positioned to go further up north because of this reason. Compress the charts. If you compress the charts, you'll notice that we're looking for price to move up to around about 0.84 in the long term. So we are looking for a short-term correction move. Call it a mid-term because it's maybe going to be a little bit deeper if it goes to 73.50. So if it goes to 73.50, then we look for a mid-term sell-off towards 68 and change, and then a rally up towards the 73.50 level again, but then on its way to 8,400. All right, that's pretty much on the Aussie. Now this we could see this movement appearing on most of the Aussie crosses. In fact, I'm actually holding on to a Aussie JPY pair. I'm holding on to an Aussie JPY pair, and I've got quite a few positions on that. I'm also looking at pound Aussie as well. I'm holding on to some buy trades in pound Aussie too. Quite a few. I'm actually loading the bus on that one. And I've just recently started investing in the pound Swiss franc. Okay, that's got nothing to do with the Aussie, but still, all right, I just thought I'd add it in there. Now, this is the deal. The pound Aussie, I'm loaded on the pound Aussie for a buy. We'll check out that out. And then we're also loaded on the Aussie JPY. So let's check out both those currency pairs. Why I'm so invested in a bearish move on Aussie. All right, let's take a look and see what's going on. All right, here we go. Now, let's take a look at Aussie JPY first. Okay, here's Aussie JPY right here. Now, I must admit, sometimes I feel like I'm a fool. Yeah, you're a fool. B.A. Baraka says that's so much better in the A team. I try. I really do try. But I sometimes feel like I'm a fool, man. I'm a fool. All right. This is why I'm thinking this much right here. If I look at the way the Aussie JPY is set up right here, right, I'm going to go ahead and, oh, yeah, you know what I want to go ahead and just show you just before I go into this pair? I want to go back to the Aussie US dollar right here. And I want you to look at the oscillator. And this is the reason why, take a look right here. Look at the oscillator right here. If the oscillator is going to move back up to the 100 right here, it's going to give us a nice divergence level. That's why I'm saying if price moves up to 73.50, which means it takes out the high right here, and it moves up to 73.50, it's going to be a good sell because we're going to have daily divergence here. The same thing's happening right here. See a daily divergence for a sell-off right here? The same thing is happening on the Aussie JPY. Take a look at the Aussie JPY right here, right? We have this set up. Now, if I go ahead and count the waves going up right here and get a little bit more technical with you guys so I can sound smart, this is how it's set up right here. Check this out. Right. So we've got wave 1 right here. This is wave 1. This is wave 2. We got wave 3 up here at the top. We got wave 4 here testing the support right here. And then we've got wave 5 all the way up here at 80. So which means that's around about, what, 600 pips? Snap! I don't want to be in that trade for 600 pips, but okay, this is the deal. It has a 600 pip possibility, all right? Maybe a 5, call it 540 if it makes us feel better, all right? 540 pips going long right here from where it's trading at the moment right now, all right? Now, this is a fourth wave. Fourth wave could be consolidated. In fact, most of the time, the fourth wave is a consolidated wave. So we could be just testing the top right here at resistance, right there, and then going back down again, taking out the low, getting down to this major support there at 72.11. And by the way, that's actually when I want to get the heck out of Dodge. But if it breaks through 76.80 or these 76.48, it's going to go up to this resistance here, test the backside of the downward trend line, maybe get to that 80 level right here, and then sell off back down south. And then you could eventually see a nice bit of divergence here based on the third wave high and the fifth wave high, giving us that divergence. So, listen to me. I'm telling you right now, all right, the Aussie is going to sell off. It may take us 5 years, all right, but I'm telling you right now, I'm never wrong, okay? It may take 5 years. I'm just kidding. It's not going to take that long. But so, it's going to sell off because of the fact that technicals are lined up for that, all right? We've got to look at the technicals. And in fact, if we looked at the rallies that we've seen in the Aussie over the last few months, there is definitely Aussie screaming sell-off, all right? It's screaming correction from this big rally that we've seen over the last few months. So that's the case. We've seen technical support on that. We definitely would see some sort of downside action on Aussie. Now, this is not the only one that's looking to sell off, all right? Let's go ahead and take a look at the pound Aussie, all right? Pound Aussie right here. Look at that bearish movement that we've seen over the last few weeks. In fact, months, my bad. Since 2020, start of 2020, we've seen this pair with very little correction drop all the way back down here, almost 3,000 pips. 3,000 smackaroos right here on this pair, which means, all right, we're due for a correction. Now, if I go ahead and compress the chart right here, and I look at this trend line, we can see that the market has breached through the bottom of the trend line. But that doesn't tell us that the market has broken the trend line yet. This is not a confirmed breakout. A breakout is breakout, retest, and then dip down south. That's a breakout. This that we're seeing right now is just a test. All right, certainly a test of my patience, to say the least. But it is what it is. This is a test of that support, and I am super buying in on this thing. I am got positions in. I have stopped adding positions until I get a better confirmation that price is now on its way up. So I'm definitely in on this. All right, I've added some positions in, and I'm waiting to load the bus again once we get a confirmed break to the upside. I'll let you know when that happens, because I will be paying attention to pound Aussie dollar. So if you're in on pound Aussie dollar, watch for the nice break up to the upside for the confirmation we need in order to be able to go ahead and continue to trade that. Now, what do we need to see? What type of setups do we need to see in order to be able to trade that? Well, at the moment right now, it could be a bunch of things. It could be us trading back up above the trend line with a nice bullish candlestick formation. It could be a weekly confirmation of also a candlestick formation. It could be a swing on a 60-minute time frame that's given us the first rally. The daily confirms a nice bullish candle. So a bullish candle on the daily with a nice swing setup on the 1 hour, maybe even a 50-minute complete what we call a 5-wave sequence in a Elliott wave move. It could be a bunch of things, all right? When that happens, we'll talk about it, all right? Just a way to see what happens. Again, we're not going to trade on speculation. We're going to trade on confirmation. And so, although we're speculating what we could see in the market, we're only going to trade on confirmation, right? So we trade on confirmation, not speculation. Although we speculate, we're not going to trade on speculation. Did you get all that? All right. It is crazy, but it is what it is. All right. Now, all right. So we got Craig says here, looks like the pound Aussie could be coming to the right shoulder in a few pips. All right. Listen here. Right shoulder. Oh, hold on. Are we talking about the daily time frame? Are we talking about the daily time frame right here? Because if we, 4 hour, okay. Craig, throw me a bone here, my friend. Make sure you tell me exactly what you're looking at. All right. So here we go. So right shoulder, let's see here. What are you looking at? Bullish? Are you looking at a bullish crown? I don't see bullish crown as much right here. If you're talking about right shoulder, are we talking about a head and shoulders pattern, Craig? What are we talking about here, my friend? What are we talking about here? Because I don't see, I see possible head and shoulders pattern right here. We can go ahead and throw that out there. And here would be, if you want to take this right here, that would be my head and shoulders pattern right here. Okay, so you did, okay, you gotcha. Now, I'll be honest with you. I'm going to be real honest with you. When I look at these type of things, listen, I don't try and force out any of these patterns. And you get all these technicians that like to go ahead and I'm not calling Craig out here or not. I'm just saying how I am regarding patterns. You get all these technicians that go ahead and they like digging into every single tick data that is on the chart right here and trying to figure out all these different patterns. I'm like, listen here, if this pattern isn't screaming out at me, if this pattern's not like screaming out and saying, hey, big dog, there's something happening right here, I don't really want to pay attention to it, all right? And so when I look at this pattern right here, Craig, when I look at this pattern, I simply go ahead and say, you know what? This is the way I see it. I see this right here as a support level right here. I look at this as just the market ranging below it. That's pretty much all I'm seeing right here. I'm seeing the market ranging below right here, and I'm waiting for a breakout. Now, if that's a breakout of your head and shoulder pattern, fine, then we're on the same page. But if it's just a breakout right here, then great. That's what I'm looking for. I just want to see a breakout. We've seen sideways action right here. I need a breakout. All right, I need a break. All right, let alone a breakout. I need a break on this pair right here. So I absolutely want to go ahead and see this right here. All right, Craig said, you wanted a bone. Yeah, you gave me one. All right, you gave it. All right, I got you. All right, so this is the deal. Wait for the breakout, right? Let's get a breakout. Let's get back above this right here. And if the market doesn't do that, we'll just have to wait for the signals. I'm anxiously waiting for this pair to go ahead and make its move. Now, the question here is it going to be a sell-off based on Tuesday's data? Please let it be Tuesday's data. Listen here. We'll take I'm going to do a special. I'm not sure if I've got anything going on Tuesday. But I want you to go ahead and spread the word. On Tuesday evening, what time is the rate decision? Let's take a look right here. All right, rate decision is going to be 12:30 a.m. Okay, that's not happening. All right, I'm not going to be around 12:30. I thought I would be around 12:30. It's not going to happen. I'm not going to be around 12:30. All right, so we'll talk about this in my trading room. All right, this is happening on Tuesday morning, so which means oh snap. Okay, we don't have trading room next week. All right, the trading room is not taking place next week, which means that I'm going to be posting videos in the trading room, and I'll be talking about the rate decision based on the cash rate here for the Aussies. So we'll talk about that. We'll go ahead and put a video together on Tuesday morning, have it posted in the trading room, because we'll be talking about the details around what the market how the market has been affected by this rate decision. So we'll check that out on Tuesday morning. Check out for the video. I'll be posting it in the trading room. And for those that are not subscribed to my trading room, hey, listen here. It's $99 a month. Are you kidding me? You get so much value in being part of the trading room. First, number one, you get an automated EA, which is called Right Trader Max. You get an EA, Right Trader Max, which is a good trend trading strategy we use in the trading room. You get that as part of the trading room. You get access to the 3 sessions, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, live sessions that we do. You want to be part of it. The link below the description, or at least in the description, is a link to the trading room. If you're not a subscriber yet, get into the trading room. We get together, like I said, 3 times a week. It's definitely well worth it. All right, absolutely well worth it. In fact, we closed out with 28% last month, over 5,000 pips last month alone, just for the trading opportunities that were presented in the trading room. And we're expecting some fireworks. All right, excuse the puns. Expecting the fireworks this month of July as we're moving into what we think is going to be a quiet July. But remember something, when the markets are trading thin, when the markets are range bound or trading thin, any sort of news, and we know that it's been every year you get strong news come out. And when we get strong news come out, we want to be ready to rock and roll and trade in that direction. We had it last year, we had the year before. I mean, last year was big. We had Brexit, we had Brexit news, we had the JPY flash crash, we had what else we had? We had we had the what was it? The oil war. All right, we had with the Middle East, and we had that dilemma as well. There was a lot of things happening last year, so check it out. Make sure you join the trading room. All right. So with that being said, Rick says here, Abraham says coming soon. Yes, coming soon. Hopefully coming very soon, Abraham. All right. Rick says here, Gary, my targets aren't updating weekly on the M4 any suggestions. My suggestion, Rick, contact support, get support to help you out in that. Or if you have to, go ahead and just restart it again. All right, just go ahead and reload it again. If it's not uploading, just reload it again. It should work. We've tested so many times. It is absolutely working. If you do have an issue, contact the support team. And if you need to, just go ahead and upload the EA once again. And that should help the problem. All right, traders, well, that's it from me. I hope everyone has had a good time right now. If you have had a good time with me today, yes, I know I did not have the coffee this morning, but that's okay. If you had a good time, please do me a favor. Smash the like button right now. Share the video on social media. Blast it out there. Please do me a favor. Share it out there with everyone. Let's get people inside the trading rooms, or at least in this one right here, in this session, but also in the trading rooms itself. I'd like to get you guys to go ahead and share the videos. Plus, comment on the videos if you want to as well. Comment as well. I do respond to the comments in the videos. And I will see you guys back again next week, Monday, for a new session. We'll see how things plan out and what presents us for next week. So with this being said, everyone have a great 4th of July, and we'll see you next week. This is the Epic Big Dog, signing off.